Okay. Good morning. It's okay. Mondays. Sleepy. A lot of activity during the weekends. Yeah. Okay. So last week we learned about taxable and non-taxable. You still remember this, right? If we do all of this supply, it means it's non-taxable. It means we don't need to charge VAT to the customers. But I already explained to you what happened with our purchase, right? What happened with our purchase? If we are not a taxable, if we don't do a taxable supply, what happened to our purchase? Do we need to exempt? Can we get exemption on our purchase? Yeah. Like school, come at, yeah, we all agree. We are what? Education service. That's why you don't see 10% VAT on your bills. But what happened if come at purchase? Maybe? Huh? Yeah. VAT will apply on that, on come at purchase. Okay. What come at will do? Pass on to all of you. Okay. But luckily, come at only pass on what he actually pay. It's not adding up. That's, a little low, if he come at supposed to charge VAT, they will add another 10% on the come at profit margins. But because of come at supply is not a taxable supply, and that's why they only pass on what they pay only. So that's why you can see your education education fee or tuition fee is a little low. Okay, it's good. Okay, now we know what is non-taxable supply mean. We still have more. Yeah. You said imports of article for personal use that exempt from custom duty. Okay. If you import all your personal use, whatever, yeah, and custom duty say, oh, you don't need to pay customs, then you also don't need to pay VAT. But if the custom apply, then we also need to pay VAT. So the custom define some import maybe around, it depends, around like less than $500 for some items, mainly, will be exempt from customs. Okay. If you buy something, less than 500, custom will be exempt. But if you buy any items which value more than 500, you are required to pay custom. When you're required to pay custom, you also required to pay VAT. Okay. But many of us, not me, many of you may enjoy buying through a online platform, especially buying from China. Is it true? Yes, right? Okay. You buy stuff from China, it's cheap. Yeah. Yeah. Bonsa, have you ever purchased from a Chinese online platform? No, never. Okay. What we call like Taobao, right? Taobao. Okay. When you order, when you order something, you're delivered to you, do they charge? Do they ask you to pay tax? Hmm? Pay à? Pay à? Bây giờ tin mau. Ở đây hay tin phê. Think about how they give you. Yeah, like I said, $500 or less, they don't ask you to pay tax. Yeah. Okay. Next is what we call non-profit activity in public interest. Yeah, we discussed about it. Non-profit activity in public interest. Yeah. For them, they also exempt from income tax, including withholding tax, right? When we pay some sort of a fee or whatever, you know, maybe interest, whatever royalty to them, they all exempt from withholding tax. Okay, this is for some sort of import or purchase of goods for use in exercise of their official functions, foreign diplomatics, consular missions, international organization, and agency of technical cooperation of other governments. Yeah, you all know all of these entities, right? Yeah, embassy, you know, diplomatics, consular is also no international organization, and the agency of technical. Yeah, before we discuss about USAID, but now it's gone. USAID, yeah, now gone. So my friend working for USAID here, now they don't have a job. Yeah, because Trump can sell the USAID now, no more USAID. So, but the aid is still continue to have, but now fall under what they call a State Department, which for us is foreign Ministry of Foreign Affairs, something like that. Okay. So all of them, all of those organizations, when they import, whatever they import to support the official function of the organizations, will be exempt from VAT. Yeah. They also exempt from custom duty. As you can see, the official employee of those organizations, mostly if you are in the function as the leader in the team in the organization, also exempt from the tax on salary, right? If having official passport or maybe what they call the government passport. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So now you can see what we call non-taxable supply. Non-taxable supply, which means no VAT charge in the first place. If we're doing this non-taxable supply, the person who do the supply are not required to charge VAT. And at the same time, they cannot claim a VAT input on the purchase. Okay, the VAT input will become the cost of that entities. Okay, so because as I said, non-taxable supply not subject to VAT. So you probably next you're gonna see what we call a maybe 0% VAT, also no VAT, and state burdens. State burdens, also no VAT charge to the supplier. Okay, so yeah, we sum up: non-taxable supply, no VAT charge on the supplies. Okay, and the person who made non-taxable supply cannot claim input VAT. So your input on purchase, so is cannot claim. Okay, it will become cost, but it is a deductible expenses under the income tax on income. So yeah, you record as a cost of purchase. Okay, remember that. Okay, now try to assess, assess all of this question and scenario, whether that person actually required to register for VAT or not required to register for VAT. So the table show here, there's some sort of example under certain situation and ask you to what taxable activity or non-taxable activity. Yeah. So read this and try to assess whether that person are doing taxable supply or non-taxable supply. Look at the first one. Here we are talking about VAT registrations. We are talking about taxable and non-taxable supply. We don't discuss about sale assess regime or sale assess systems. Yeah, sale assess system is different, right? So under the current tax law, if you do a supply or you do business activity, you generate up to 250 million Khmer Rial, yeah, you are required to register what we call sale assess system. Okay, next step, you're going to assess, okay, your revenue is a taxable supply or not, right? For VAT, yeah, we discussed what we call taxable turnovers, which the turnover generated from supplying of goods and service. If your revenue, it is turned into what we call a taxable supply or a taxable turnover, and you reach the threshold 250 million real, you also required to register for VAT. Yeah. Yeah. So the entry level of the a taxpayer starting from what we call sale assess tax systems. Yeah. And then we start to analyze whether this person, is a VAT register or not VAT register. If they are VAT register, or if they're doing taxable supply, then they are also required to register for VAT. Like ComEd we discussed, right? Example, ComEd is a non-taxable supply. Yeah, ComEd is a sale assessment system. But ComEd is not a VAT register. ComEd is not a taxable person under the VAT. Okay, maybe you can look at here based on our, our law, tax law say, oh, all the legal person, because you look at what we call Cambodia PLC. What PLC stand for? Public limited companies. So if a public limited company is the legal person, all legal person required to register as what we call sale assess systems. Yeah, they become what we call sale assess system or a real regime taxpayer. Okay, yes, they are registered with the tax department. So the question here is that whether can Cambodia also required to register for VAT? To identify whether can Cambodia is a VAT register or not VAT register, we look at what they are doing. They do a taxable supply or non-taxable supply. So let's say non-taxable supply. Okay. Yeah. Why is that? Financial service. Okay. Because, okay, Cambodia is a microfinance. They are in the financial sectors. So they are mainly, they provide microfinance, they provide financial service, which is what we call primary financial service. Okay, primary financial service is exempt from VAT. Yeah, primary financial service is a non-taxable supply. So then what we need to tick here. Okay, we just tick. Mm. So it doesn't matter. They make 200 million, 3,000, it doesn't matter. Okay. We just look at their business activity because like can Cambodia provide financial service? Okay. Point number two. Hmm. Okay, what happened? Well, that's Gammon, what we call Textile Cambodia, Co Ltd. So Co Ltd, Company Limited Liabilities. So yeah, it's a legal entity. Yeah. They have the same status as a PLC, but PLC and Co Ltd. Do you know what is different between PLC and Co Ltd? Huh? Okay. Share. What do you mean? You cannot sell share to the public if you are a Co Ltd. Okay. Okay, good. Huh? Okay. Once one shareholder. No, Co Ltd can have shareholder up to 30. Co Ltd only up to 30. Yeah. For Co Ltd, you can have up to 30. For PLC, yeah, it's required to have more than one shareholder for PLC. I mean, based on the commercial law. But Co Ltd, you can have one shareholder up to 30 shareholders. But the problem is that why you can sell share, but you can approach to the public. You can go privately. Okay, reach out to like a person or prospective shareholders quietly as a private, offer. You cannot advertise through a stock exchange, Facebook, or whatever. Say, oh, I want to sell share. Please come, to talk with me. Yeah. Okay. Now, Textile Cambodia, Co Ltd is a legal entity. If legal, this company required to register with the tax department as a self-assessment regime. Okay. The next step, we assess on the business activity. Will they require? Will they consider as a taxable supply person or no? What they are doing? Producing. They are a factory, a garment factory producing clothes for export. Clothes is good or service? This is goods. This means they supply goods. If they supply good, then Textile Cambodia is a taxable. Yeah. 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 We try to assess, what they are doing and what they are the supply, whether they're taxable or non-taxable. Yeah. They produce clothes, they sell clothes, they export. It is a taxable supply, or we call taxable person, or taxable activity, or taxable supply. Okay. Number three. Okay. Number three. Mhm. So number three is what we call dental care quality days, provide high clean dental service that has just set up in Phnom Penh. The company is estimated its taxable turnover. Should not say taxable turnover, but they try to confuse you. If I say this, you know immediately, taxable or non-taxable? Yeah, it's clear, right? Healthcare service, dental, whatever, is a non-taxable supply. It doesn't matter. The question trying to say taxable turnover, even though it's actually exceed 250 million Khmer Ria, you know, it doesn't matter. So if you do providing a dental service is a non-taxable supply. Okay, last one. Can you see it? Seem not. Okay. Okay, you can read. Okay. What is it? Okay. Do you agree with my answer? It's hard to read on the screen, but I think you can read the book. Like Kim has just ran a flight for opening the shops. Okay, namely Korean electronics shop. Kim imports electrical equipment by himself from Korea. He estimated the shop's turnover for the first 3 months to be 50 million Khmer Ria, 50 million real. Yeah. Kim started business not as a legal person, but it started from a physical person by renting a shop, selling electronics equipment. He wanted to import by himself, but he estimated his turnover only 50 million Khmer Ria in 3 consecutive months. Within 3 months, he only estimated up to 50 million real. So based on our law, if our turnover of revenue, less than 60 million real for 3 months, we are not required to register as a real regime or sell access system, right? Or maybe a VAT. So based on this scenario, what do you think? Kim will, when they start a business, will his business become a taxable person or a non-taxable person? Huh? Non-taxable. Okay, this side, it seems like they agree on the same thing. How about this side? What, do you want to go to the opposite or follow them? Okay, if you remember, right, to become a real regime or sell access regime, which is a taxpayer, you must reach 60 million Khmer Ria within 3 months or 250 million Khmer Ria within a year. Okay, now you expected less, only 50, not 60. Okay, and it start as a physical person doing business, not illegal. With legal, yeah. Okay, what will happen here? So here, say non-taxable. Same. Okay. Okay. But maybe you forgot one thing, right? We are talking about a taxable person required to register. Remember last point in somewhere here. Yeah. Yeah. If you look at turnover, Kim business is not a non-taxable supply. They are not required to register for VAT. But Kim intention is to import by himself. Right? If he want to import by himself, even though there is no turnover, he need to register for VAT first. So based on his dream, to run a business, he must be a VAT register before he can do business. Why? Because he want to import by himself. Okay. Yeah. Because his dream is that he want to import by himself. Where is it? Here. So if he don't want to import by himself, his business is a non-taxable. He is a non-taxable person because the turnover is not reach the threshold. So he don't need to pay tax if he don't want to import. Okay. But he want to import by himself, and that's why he's required to register with the tax department and register for VAT before he can do business. Okay. Okay. Remember that if you want to do like import and export any kinds of goods, you are required to register for VAT first. Clear? Clear? Yeah. Why are you laughing? It's mean you are not clear. Okay. Clean. Okay. You are clear, but you clean. Okay. Okay. Fully understand. Okay. Okay. Now you know what is a taxable supply, what is a non-taxable supply. We look at the business activity, yeah, of the persons. So the person under the VAT, the person who doing business. Okay. And now we talk about what we call VAT considered as a state burdens, or sometimes they call state charge. Okay. So what state burden or state charge mean? State burden or state charge, which mean that supply is subject to VAT. That supply is subject to VAT, but the state doesn't want the buyer or the purchaser to pay VAT. The state will pay on their behalf. Okay. Okay. They said the state burden is a special incentive granted by the governments for public interest activities and to protect investor against international competitiveness. Yeah, if you can read. Well, yeah, the color is not it's not clear. It become clean. Yeah. Okay. When you try to read, okay, you will consume a lot of energies. Yeah, it's hard to read. Okay, so this is special incentive. That supply is a taxable supply. I mean, supplier, a taxable person required to charge 10% VAT to the customers, but the state provide incentive to the customer. Say, hey, you don't need to pay VAT. Okay, I will pay on your behalf. Yeah, that's the system. Why they want to do this? Sometimes they want to maximize the developments of the public interest. They want to increase. If they charge VAT, the state charge VAT, I mean the fund that they have will be less. Yeah. So they want to maximize the use of the funds, and that's why the state, oh yeah, you are my partners. I don't want to tax you. And the next is that's for the public interest, like a non-profit activity. But for the private interest, sometimes they eliminate the VAT because they want the investor to keep the fund within the companies so that they can use the fund for other business to expand the business or to facilitate some sort of international trade mainly. If the state asks to pay tax, to pay VAT, of course they can pay, but they are required to have more fund. Sometimes if they don't have enough fund, they get a loan. If they get a loan, they will pay interest. The interest become an expense, incur some additional expense, and would not the expense, they will have more burden. So what they're doing here, they said non-profit activity in public interest, such as building public school, public hospital, infrastructures, and other educational purpose. So that's we call non-profit activities. Import of goods for garment factory sectors. Okay, because most of our garment factory here, clothes, whatever we produce here, and 900% for export currently. Okay, when you want to buy Adidas clothes which produced in Cambodia, you cannot buy from the trader here. They need to export and re-import. Because previously our investment law designed to serve export-oriented products. They don't want you to use a good product here because we are poor at the times, Because our investment law introduced back in 1994. So when we finished the, like we call a civil war at the times, so they introduced investment law, and the investment law at the time focused on export because we are a really poor country at the times. Okay, we don't deserve to use a brand products. Okay, now they changed, 2025. So the investment law changed back in 2021, and now they, implement it from 2023. Now they also provide the tax incentive to what we call domestic factory, domestic QIP, or what we call to serve domestic consumptions. Okay, now you can, use a Cambodian produced product you can buy directly from the factory here. Before you cannot. All the factory produce, if you want to sell that product, they have to export first. Most of them export to Hong Kong and then re-import back to Cambodia. And that's why it's still expensive. Okay. But when you look at, product made in Cambodia. Okay. Yeah, made in Cambodia. But you're wondering why. Okay, that's the reason, because of law. Okay, now they change, it's good. Okay, but for those imported, because if you are a garment factory, you import raw material, into Cambodia, you are not required to pay VAT. But based on the law, say importation of goods is a VAT taxable supply. Yeah, remember that? For the state burden, VAT is calculated in accordance with the law and regulations. But taxpayer does not require to pay the tax. Assume the government paid for them. Yeah. Okay, when you see the invoice, the person who actually sell the good or supply the service to that person, they need to charge 10% VAT. They say, okay, my supply plus 10% VAT. Let's say supply is 100. They have to show VAT 10%. Yeah, invoice will be 110. But when this person pay, they only pay 100. They don't pay 110. Okay, because they say the 10th the government pay on my behalf. I don't need to pay you. Okay. Why? Yeah. Because if I pay 110, I will use $10 money from my accounts. The government wants you to keep $10 to do something else. Yeah. Because of this is a cash flow issue. actually VAT, they can get a refund from the government, but to get a refund from the government here, it's not easy. You know, some country will take a month or two. Cambodia will take years. Yeah, and also depend on whether the government have a spare fund to actually return to you or not. If they don't have, yeah, it will there. They say, oh, yes, I will pay you, but not today, not tomorrow, maybe next year, or maybe, yeah. So if the refund mechanism effective in other country, I think this state burden is not really useful, because you can, okay, you pay now, you pay this month, get back next month, pay this month, get back next month. So your cash flow is okay now, you can manage that, but because of the refund delay, and that's why it's a good for you not to pay at first, okay. Okay, yeah, some tax officer not happy with this rule. You know why? Many tax officer doesn't like this rule, but they cannot refuse. Why they don't like? Yeah, because they collect nothing. If they collect nothing, their KPI, they cannot include the tax collection, under their, KPI, and they don't need to really handle VAT refunds. So the handling VAT refund is kind of a very important work, and sometime in the past, they can get some, like a fee from that process. So if the state or the government, introduce this rule, no VAT pay, no VAT refunds, so for them it's not a good idea. Okay. But in case goods and service are not used according the points mentioned above, the taxpayer shall bear his or her responsibility to repay the tax to the government with penalty as stipulated in the law. So yeah, I mean, okay, you are a garment factory, based on law, you can import raw material or goods without paying VAT. But when you import it in, you don't use for to produce clothes for export or maybe local sell, but you sell the raw material to someone. Okay, that happens in the past. Yeah. If you do that, it means you violate the law. So the tax department will require you to pay back the VAT plus penalty and interest. Yeah. Okay. You know the penalty interest, right? Penalties, sale assess regime. Do you remember what is the penalty rate? Okay. Yeah, interest 1.5 per month. How about penalties? 10% for negligence. Yeah, correct. Mm-hmm. We have three penalty, three rate. Now we got 1/10. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I can read your mouse. 25. You say 25. Okay. And 40. Okay. So if in this scenario, if you import and you try to declare to the customs, say, hey, I import this raw material for my productions, for my production. And then you don't use for the production, but you actually sell the raw material to someone else. So what is the penalty rate you're supposed to pay? 10%? 25? Or 40? Based on this violation. So it means you declare to the government, say, hey, I import raw material for my production, so the garment factory for for export, but you don't use that raw material for the production, but you actually sell, just bring it in and sell to someone else. So your violation going to be negligence, serious negligence, or if negligence, the penalty will be 10%. Serious negligence, 25. 40 is mean you obstruction of the implement of tax law, and then you will get the 40% penalties, which means it's the highest penalty you can get. Or maybe when you evade tax. So what do you expect to get? 40. Yeah. I would agree with you, because you have the intention not to follow the law, what we call obstructing, or I can say evade tax. Yeah. Because when you import, you declare to them, declare to the government, say import for the production. But when you import, you don't use for production, you have the intention actually to sell to someone. Okay. Okay. So now you know the mechanism for state burden. State burden, this supply is a taxable supply, but the government doesn't want you to pay the VAT to their accounts. They said you don't need to pay. I will pay on your behalf. I will bear this kind of burden on your behalf. Okay, keep your monies in your banks and use this money for expanding the business, so that your competitiveness will be increased. Yeah. If you have money, if we have money, we can do a lot of things. Yeah. So as I said, because of the VAT refund system, it's not effective. It takes time, and that's why this kind of rule actually introduced. Yeah, the government sometimes, you can see that from the high level of the government, they understand the problem. Okay, but they cannot force the low level officer to actually follow the law. Sometimes they introduce a rule to, to avoid the involvement from the local officer, low level officer. Yeah. So that they can eliminate some sort of a issue and problem and burden. But of course, there's a lot of rule and regulation. It's not good. If the officer actually doing their good job, this kind of rule should not exist. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, we're done with the VAT first slide. Okay. This is just a starting point. We just know some terms, under VAT, right? Taxable supply, we know goods, we know service, we know who is a taxable person, who is not a taxable person, and about, yes, some supply which is subject to tax, to VAT, but we don't need to pay. And then that's kind of system we call state burden, or sometimes you call state charge. Yeah. Okay. Do you have any question before I? Not yet, eh? Okay. It's good. Okay, next. We will learn about what time of supply. We learn about taxable supply, non-taxable supply. Yeah. And now we learn time of supply. Time of supply, the time we need to pay tax. Okay, we know we do a supply that is subject to tax. But previously we don't know when I need to pay tax. Pay now, pay next year, something like that. Okay, we know the tax rate, but I believe you know the tax rate already. Yeah, I told you, and know the tax base. This is also important. The base that the supply that you use to calculate tax, and then understand VAT input and outputs. Yeah, I believe you understand a little bit now, and then you also need to understand what we call creditable VAT input. Not When you are a taxable supply, I told you, you are able to claim VAT input, right? Or you claim VAT input on your purchase to offset with your output, right? So, but some VAT input is allowed to claim as a credit. Some is not. We will learn what is condition that you can claim, what is the what is condition that you cannot claim. Not all purchase you can claim under the VAT, even though you are a taxable supply. You do a taxable supply, you are a taxable person. And also we learn about what we call mixed taxable and non-taxable supply. Remember, I provide you example related to the hospital. We have outpatient and inpatient, right? If inpatient, always a non-taxable supply, but outpatient, that's a mix, for the service is a non-taxable. But if you have a pharmacy selling medicines, that is a taxable supply. If the person from the outpatient buy the medicine from your pharmacy, okay. And we learn about non-creditable input. We discussed a bit about VAT refunds, how we can get a refund, how we can get money back. And then we talk about tax invoice. Okay, this is the general rule, time of supply. They said, time of supply of good or service is the time. Supplier must issue invoice. Okay. You remember withholding tax, we're talking about payment, right? If you make a payment, you need to deduct, withhold the tax and pay to the government. So the term of payment under withholding tax, the earlier off the payments or the record. Okay, now for the VAT, we don't have this kind of term. We say that mainly when you must issue invoice, they don't care. If the times, the main point is that the times you must issue invoice. If you issue invoice, you need to pay tax. It doesn't matter you get paid or not getting paid or not get paid. So if you issue invoice to your customers, for the supply of goods and service, you need to charge 10% VAT on the invoice, and then you are required to pay VAT to the government. It doesn't matter your customer will pay you or not pay you. Okay. Yeah. Do you think it's fair? Yeah, because sometimes you issue invoice, the customer require you to issue invoice before they make a payments, mainly, unless you are, if you are a lawyer, lawyer, you need to pay advance payment before they perform the work. Pay me first, I will issue invoice to you. Okay. Or maybe when I issue invoice, you must pay me immediately. But some business, you cannot have that kind of arrangement. Okay, you issue invoice, maybe they pay you within 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. But based on tax law, yeah, we must pay tax. Many countries, developed country, when you issue invoice, it's not the time you need to pay VAT. Wait until the customer pay you. If the customer pay you, you pay tax. If the customer don't pay you, you don't need to pay tax. But Cambodians VAT law cannot wait. The government need money. Okay. So yeah, I understand that because we are a poor country. Government don't have much money, don't have much reserve. So they need fast monies, fast payments. Okay, but we know that, oh yeah, I know the rule. When I issue invoice, I need to pay tax. Then I negotiate privately with my customers, say, hey, I provide service to you, but I don't issue invoice. Okay, when you have money in the next 3 months, okay, if we agree, then I issue invoice to you and you pay me at the time. So we both will enjoy, the delay in terms of tax payments. I don't need to pay, I don't need to borrow money to pay tax. And you also good. So when you have money to pay me, I invoice you. Okay, we pay tax at the times. Yeah, we can negotiate that. For sure, we can do that. The customer will also happy, say, okay, fine, no problem. We all, receive the same benefit. Okay, then the tax law further state, Okay, I know you can do that, but I need to issue a regulation to protect this kind of thing happens. They said, supplier issue invoice if the invoice is issued before what? Its time must be issued by supplier, which means within 7 days. They said, okay, you cannot delay for 3 months. You can, the maximum delay only 7 days. After what? The dispatch of the goods or service, completion of service, which means you must issue invoice 7 day maximum from the good is delivered to your customers, or 7 days after the service complete. So that's based on what we call a accrual basis, right? Accrual basis, if the good already delivered to the customer, of course we need to, if we don't issue invoice, we have to accrue incomes, yeah. Or if the service is complete, the same thing, we have to accrue into our account if we don't issue invoice, yeah. If we issue invoice, for sure, we will record what? Credit with debit account receivable, with debit income. Okay. The tax law only allow you to delay for 7 days. Okay, if your good is delivered today is 24 Feb. Okay, now you deliver the good delivered by 24 February, and then when you need to issue invoice. For accounting, if you don't issue invoice, you must accrue in your accounting revenue. But the tax department, you can delay for 7 days to issue invoice. Then you can delay when you need to issue invoice. You plus 7 days. Okay, 24. Phẩy 4, phẩy 5, phẩy 6, phẩy 7, phẩy 5, phẩy 6, phẩy 7, phẩy 8, 4 ngày à? 6, phẩy 7, okay. Maximum. Okay, March 3rd. Okay, that's you. Yeah, probably you can delay for 1 month. Simply you can delay for 1 month. Phẩy 4, phẩy 5, phẩy 6, phẩy 7, phẩy 8. On phẩy 4 ở đây phẩy 7. 6, phẩy 7. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, now you get it. First big rule is that whenever you issue invoice, so under VAT, try to delay, if you don't want to pay tax, try to delay to issue invoice. Okay. But based on another rule, it said we can delay only 7 days. Yeah. After we, the good deliver also is complete. Okay. But they also mentioned the payment with respect to the advance payment. They said the payment, it is made prior to the dispatch of the good or service or the completion. So if you receive a payment, it also 7 days. It means you get a payment like advance payment, you must issue invoice within 7 days. I mean, based on the VAT law. Also considered as 7 days. So same thing, if you get payment by 24, you get paid 24 Feb. So your invoice must be issued by March 3rd. Okay, this is good. I think you already have money, right? You don't need to use your own fund to pay VAT. That is fine because you get money from your customers. Yeah, that's not a problem. A lot of people were happy to pay because now the money in the banks. Yeah. But of course, if Some will try to delay also. Okay, try to delay. So for good and service deliver, it's hard to delay because you follow accrual basis. It's hard to delay, because based on accrual basis, you also require, if you don't want to issue invoice, it's fine, no problem, but you need to accrue your income. Yeah, it's hard to delay. But the payments, when you get money and then you don't want to pay. Sometimes you get money, but you enjoy, you love money so much. Don't want to let it go. Okay. Even though you know your obligation to pay tax, but you love money, if the money in the banks, yeah. Okay. Possibility you can delay. Do you remember we talk about withholding tax, talking about advance deposit. Any one of you still remember? We're talking about deposit. Yeah, we're talking about prepaid expense. We're talking about deposit, whatever what we call, or maybe a security deposit. Yeah. If we record as a prepaid expense, we require to pay withholding tax immediately, right? But if we record as security deposit, we don't need to pay. Same thing for VAT with respect to advance payment. If we don't want to pay VAT, we want to keep the money in the bank as long as we can, then we just say, hey, the money I get is not a prepaid services. It is security deposit. If security deposit, no VAT pay. Yeah. You can wait until, the service perform or the good deliver. Sometimes it takes 3 months, 6 months. Yeah. Sometimes takes years to complete the service. Whatever you get, okay, you can keep it in your banks without, and you don't need to pay tax. Okay. Okay. Okay, rồi. Tự nhiên ban lối cái mình liền màu. But được some nong ở dân cho nên dân sign contract mà rồi liền cái deposit dân đọc thì rồi cho nên some nong. Nhưng ở cái deposit đọc liền buộc vì thì đọc bởi vì thì mình liền đó nhớ. Nhưng ban đọc mùi liền màu. Còn tại dân thà nó chỉ security deposit. Nhưng vô lối đọc mùi liền tao đạn ở trên kia. Rồi có mình liền pôn đạn thì kia ông ban cà prạ chẳng vậy chẳng. Ta dân thì thường mày cà prạ mình chỉ chầm nổ bao giờ. Dân chọp nó ấy chỉ chầm nổ chẳng dân chỉ chầm nổ chọp pôn thầm đà. Đấy. ពន្ធលើប្រាក់ចំណូលយើងដឹងតែជាប់ហើយប៉ុន្តែសម្រាប់ក្រុមហ៊ុនយើងមិនចំណេញបើមិនតែយើងបង់ពន្ធ1លានភ្លាមទៅបាត់ទៅយើងមិនបានចំណូលបន្ថែមហើយយើងអត់មានបានចំណូលអាការប្រាក់បន្ថែមទេព្រោះជា business យើងទៅធ្វើគ្រប់នយោបាយដើម្បីអីគេបានចំណូលតាមរយៈណាក៏ដោយឬក៏ពេលខ្លះយើងចែកដល់យើងត្រូវការខ្វះខាតត្រូវការលុយ1លានបង់ថ្លៃស្អីយើងអាចមានលុយហ្នឹងយកទៅភ័យគេបានអញ្ចឹងយើងមិនល្អហើយបើសិនតែយើងចង់បង់ពន្ធ1លាននឹងបាត់អាចចំណូលក៏មិនបានពេលយើងត្រូវការខ្វះលុយទូទាត់ការ supply របស់យើងគឺឡើយយើងមិនត្រូវខ្ចីលុយគេមិនខាតបាទវាល្អអញ្ចឹងយើងមានលុយក្នុងកប៉ៅនឹងល្អតែមានលុយក្នុងកប៉ៅគឺអ្នកមាន Okay. Yeah, we pay tax. We pay income tax, but it's okay, right? If we have income, we can share with the government. No problem. That's a good thing. Okay.មានសំណួរទៀតទេបាទបើអត់មានទេឥឡូវយើងឃើញថាវាល្អអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំបញ្ជាក់ម្ដងទៀតថាពេលណាយើងចេញវិក័យប័ត្រឲ្យតែយើងចេញ invoice ហ្នឹងតែបង់ពន្ធទោះបីយើងបានលុយមិនបានលុយ ប៉ុន្តែគេមានលក្ខខណ្ឌមួយគេថាបើយើងអាចលឺដល់អញ្ចឹងយើងខ្ជិលចេញ invoice គេដាក់ថាអត់ទេអ្នកឯងមានពេល7ថ្ងៃក្រោយពីតំណែងត្រូវបានផ្គត់ផ្គង់ឬក៏សេវាត្រូវបានបំពេញឬក៏7ថ្ងៃនៅពេលដែលអ្នកឯងទទួលបានលុយពីការទូទាត់មុនពួក prepayment ហ្នឹងប៉ុន្តែសម្រាប់យើងទៅផ្គត់ផ្គង់សេវាទៅតំណែងហើយសម្រាប់ខ្ញុំថាពិបាកក្នុងការពន្យាព្រោះដោយសារយើង follow accrual basis យើងត្រូវតែកត់វាអត់បានទេ reporting account ប៉ុន្តែអញ្ចឹងយើងពិបាកពន្យាប៉ុន្តែពួក prepaid អញ្ចឹងយើងអាចពន្យាក្នុងការបង់ពន្ធតាមរយៈអីគេដាក់ថានឹងវាជា security deposit មិនមែនជា prepaid service ទេអញ្ចឹងបើសិន construction ចំណាអាហ្នឹងយើងដាក់ថា security for 3 years អញ្ចឹងប្រហែល1លានមិញហ្នឹងយើងពន្យាបានក្នុងការមិនបង់ពន្ធរហូតដល់ទៅ3ឆ្នាំច្រើនដែរយូរដែរ yes okay ប៉ុន្តែក្នុង at this point we're talking about good are first supply to own use own use we discussed own use is also taxable supply but as I said own use only for a private use we should pay tax but for the business use technically should not but in practice for business use or for own use currently they require to pay but based on the current rule the taxable value of own use or gift we only apply VAT on cost but when we need to pay VAT are the first supply to own use so whenever the good actually deliver to you for own use or as a gift to a third person because for own use or a gift we are not required to issue VAT invoice បើសិនជាយើងយកតំណែងមកប្រើផ្ទាល់ខ្លួនតែយើងទៅ issue invoice អត់បានលុយផងណាមែនទេហើយបើឲ្យគេជា gift តែយើងត្រូវ issue invoice no អត់មាន invoice ត្រូវ issue ទេអញ្ចឹងខាងពុនក៏គេមិនតម្រូវឲ្យយើង issue invoice ដូចគ្នាតែយោងទៅលើលក្ខខណ្ឌនៃការផ្គត់ផ្គង់នេះចឹងនិយាយចឹងណាប៉ុន្តែសម្រាប់ហេតុអីបានគេចែងដាច់ដោយឡែកឡើងនេះគេចែង good first supply for own use មានន័យថាយើងអត់អាច delay 7ថ្ងៃបានទេបើសិនជាក្នុងការលក់យើង delay បាន7ថ្ងៃអូខេប៉ុន្តែ for own use នៅពេលយើងយកតំណែងមកប្រើថ្ងៃ24ខែ2មានន័យថា time of supply គឺថ្ងៃ24ហ្នឹងមក or give as a gift អូខេបើយើងយកតំណែងឬក៏យើងឲ្យអំណោយគេនៅថ្ងៃ24 time of supply is 24 Feb ប៉ុន្តែបើសិនជាយើងលក់ we can delay until March 3rd អូខេចឹងខុសគ្នាឡើងហ្នឹងតោះនេះឡើយអូខេចឹងមានន័យថាបើសិនជាយើងយកតំណែងមកជា own use ឬមួយជា gift ថ្ងៃណាយើងយកតំណែងមកប្រើថ្ងៃដំបូងហ្នឹងគឺ time of supply ថ្ងៃហ្នឹងអត់អាច delay 7ថ្ងៃបានទេប៉ុន្តែបើយើង delay 7ថ្ងៃលុះត្រាតែយើងលក់ពីព្រោះដោយសារ own use ឯងមានត្រូវការ accounting as not required to issue invoice provide as a gift also not required to issue invoice because no money transaction no cash transaction អូខេឥឡូវយើងមើលនៅមានគោលការណ៍ឧស្សាហ៍ចេញដែរពេលប្រឡងyou have to remember all of this rule and also important for daily work because if you don't understand when you need to pay tax that is a big problem as I said you can pay late if you pay late you will end up with pay more penalties if you pay early you look like you are stupid your boss will not happy with you because he lost all the money before it's supposed to happen okay like they said where supply of good or service by way of gift okay I already explained the good are delivered service or perform okay already explained to you we cannot delay and next they said supply under hire purchase agreement or finance lease you know hire purchase agreement or finance lease transaction is យើងដឹងអត់ hire purchase or finance lease ដែលលើពាក្យហ្នឹងឯង finance lease អត់ដែលលើដែរខ្ញុំជឿថាយើងធ្លាប់រៀន no accounting មិន tax ទេក្នុង accounting ហ្នឹងគេអូខេបើអត់ទេចាំខ្ញុំបញ្យល់បណ្ដោយចឹងអូខេ hire purchase ឬក៏ finance lease ហ្នឹងបើយើងនិយាយទៅនៅក្នុង financial sector ដល់ពេលខ្ញុំធ្លាប់និយាយដែរនិយាយតិចតួចពីមុនមកខ្ញុំចង់និយាយពពួកគេហៅ leasing company យើងធ្លាប់លើមុនហ្នឹងយើងមាន banks microfinance leasing companies pawn shop credit operators all of those business provide what we call financial service bank បើយើងចង់បានលុយគេទៅទិញយើងចង់ទិញរបស់ឲ្យមួយទិញ computer មួយយើងអត់មានលុយអញ្ចឹងយើងទៅខ្ចីធនាគារអូខេយើងបានលុយមកទិញ computer ហើយយើងបង់គេទៅតាមខែប៉ុន្មានបូកការប្រាក់អូខេប៉ុន្តែពេលខ្លះប៉ុន្តែយើងអត់យកអាតំណែងយើងទិញហ្នឹងទៅជា what we call a ជា guarantee ទេជាណាគេឲ្យ loan មកយើងដល់គេជឿទុកចិត្តយើងឬក៏យើងត្រូវយក asset ផ្សេងទៀតទៅ guarantee ទៅ loan ហ្នឹងអាចយកផ្ទះយើងយកអីចឹងទៅបាទប្លង់ដីរងថ្ងៃប៉ុន្តែ finance lease នេះវាខុសអំពី bank បើសិនជាយើងចង់ទិញរបស់ចង់ទិញ computer ដូចគ្នាពេលយើងថាអូខ្ញុំឆ្លាញ់ computer ហ្នឹង$2000អូខេយើងថាយើងទៅសុំគេយើងអត់មានលុយទេអញ្ចឹងយើងទៅតាក់ទងខាង leasing companies យើងអត់ទៅ bank ភាគច្រើនអត់ provide finance lease នេះទេប៉ុន្តែមាន leasing company មួយចំនួនគាត់ផ្ដល់អាហ្នឹងអញ្ចឹងយើងទៅតាក់ទងថាខ្ញុំចង់បានកុំព្យូទ័រមួយថ្លៃ$2000បើខ្ញុំអត់មានលុយអញ្ចឹងអ្នកឯងឲ្យខ្ញុំខ្ចីលុយទៅទិញអាហ្នឹងអត់អញ្ចឹងគេថាអូខេបានអត់បញ្ហាឯងចង់ទិញអញ្ចឹងគេ assess យើងដូចគ្នាដូច bank តែគេឲ្យយើងខ្ចីអត់អូខេប៉ុន្តែក្នុង finance lease ហ្នឹងគឺនៅពេលដែលយើងគេឲ្យជាងខ្ចីយើងមិនចាំបាច់យកទ្រព្យផ្សេងក្រៅអំពី computer ហ្នឹងទៅប្រចាំទេនៅពេល finance lease គេឲ្យដាក់ computer ហ្នឹងជារបស់ប្រចាំគេប៉ុន្តែយើងយកមកប្រើធម្មតាប្រើទៅប៉ុន្តែឧទាហរណ៍ថាយើងឈប់បង់លុយគេទៅតាមរយយើងគេទៅយក computer យើងវិញយល់ទេហើយកុំព្យូទ័រហ្នឹងគេនឹង record ថា computer ហ្នឹងគឺជា property របស់ finance lease នេះមិនមែនរបស់យើងនៅឡើយទេបើយើងទៅខ្ចីលុយ bank យើងបានលុយគេមកយើងយករបស់ផ្សេងទៅប្រចាំប៉ុន្តែកុំព្យូទ័រហ្នឹងគឺជាឈ្មោះរបស់យើងឬក៏បើសិនឡានម៉ូតូយើង register ឈ្មោះរបស់យើងបានប៉ុន្តែបើយើងទិញឡានម៉ូតូឬ computer នៅក្នុង finance lease arrangement property ហ្នឹងគឺនៅឈ្មោះរបស់គេទាំងអស់អូខេប៉ុន្តែយើងយកមកប្រើធម្មតាគេយើងមកប្រើហើយយើងនៅក្នុង accounting គេឲ្យយើង record ជា asset ទៀតហើយយើងអាច depreciate ធម្មតាធ្វើ depreciations ប៉ុន្តែឈ្មោះហ្នឹង property owner គឺ finance lease company not us យ៉ាប៉ុន្តែបើយើងបង់លុយគេយើងនៅបានប្រើពេលណាឈប់បង់លុយគេដើរតាមរយយើងគេទៅយកឡានមកវិញឬក៏ទៅយកម៉ូតូទៅយក computer មកវិញអញ្ចឹងគេយកមកលក់ឡាយឡុងអូខេបើបានចំណូលមកយើងខ្វះគេបានយកមកកាត់កងគ្នាទៅវាមើលទៅស្រួលជាងខ្ចីធនាគារមែនទេបើធនាគារគេទៅយកអាទ្រព្យដែលយើងទៅចង់បានទិញទៅប្រាប់គេទេគេអត់យកទេគេលក់ដីលក់ផ្ទះយើងអាណាទ្រព្យណាប្រចាំគេលក់អាហ្នឹងអាណាល្អជាងfinance lease ល្អជាងបើយើងខ្ចីឡានអញ្ចឹងចង់យកឡានទៅវិញឈប់ល្អសម្រាប់យើងមែនទេជិះ2ឆ្នាំហើយខ្ជិលជិះ2ឆ្នាំហើយលក់វាមិនដាច់ឈប់បង់លុយហើយឈប់បង់លុយ3ខែគេយកឡានទៅវិញអញ្ចឹងហើយយើងទិញមួយទៀតទៅតាក់ទងទៀតអូខេប៉ុន្តែគាត់ថាយើងអត់បង់គេយើងខូច credit ព្រោះយើងខូចគេហៅ CBC our credit is not good ប៉ុន្តែជួយទៅនៅស្រុកគេគឺចឹងប្រទេសគេវាស្រួលចំណាយគេមិនបាច់យើងមិនបាច់ចាំមាន deposit អីទាំងអស់ទៅដល់គេ finance lease 100% អញ្ចឹងគេ register property នេះជា own ជាកម្មសិទ្ធិមកពេលគេខ្ជិលចង់បង់គេចង់ឲ្យគេចង់ទិញរបស់ថ្មី2ឆ្នាំ3ឆ្នាំប្រើធុញឈប់បង់ព្រោះចំណាយ term ចំណាយយើងខ្ចីយូរ5ឆ្នាំប៉ុន្តែដល់3ឆ្នាំឡានហ្នឹងធុញប្រើទៅចង់ដូរម៉ូតអូខេខ្លះមួយឆ្នាំបានឲ្យត្រឡប់ទៅវិញទៅឈប់បង់ទៅ3ខែគេយកឡានទៅវិញ ឬក៏មិនបាច់ឈប់3ខែយើងប្រាប់ធុញពេកជិះឡានទៅដល់កន្លែងតែខ្ញុំអស់លទ្ធភាពបងហើយអ្នកយកឡានទៅវិញចុះយើងចប់គ្នាបាយបាយចឹងគេបង្កើតអានឹងមកដោយសារដូចខ្ញុំនិយាយយើងវាល្អសម្រាប់ចឹងយើងមិនបាច់យកទ្រព្យយើងយកផ្ទះយកដីយើងទៅប្រចាំទេបើយើងខ្ចីលុយធនាគារដើម្បីទិញឡានបានឡានដូចនេះដាក់ឈ្មោះយើងគឺរបស់យើងហើយចឹងក៏អត់មានលុយសងធនាគារទៅលក់ផ្ទះលក់ដីហ្នឹងហើយធនាគារគេនឹង process លក់ផ្ទះលក់ដីឡាយឡុងចឹងយើងខាតយើងឃើញថា finance lease based on accountings yeah the property is not under our own names but under accounting allow us to record as our fixed asset we can claim depreciations បន្ទាប់មក installment យើងនឹងបង់អញ្ចឹងនៅក្នុង time of supply for VAT នៅពេលនេះគេថាម៉េចគេបញ្ជាក់ថា goods are delivered whether the deliver taken on characteristic of transfer of right to use or disposal យើងឃើញមិញថា based on finance lease នៅពេលទំនិញយើងគេ transfer ឲ្យយើងនៅក្នុងន័យមិញ right to use or dispose as an owner យើងបានឡានបានកុំព្យូទ័រមកប្រើ we use it so based on that condition it's a right to use or dispose as an owner only right to use yeah you mean that yeah we have the right to use but the ownership of that property is not us yet until ពេលយើងបង់គេអស់ហើយយើងបង់គេចប់5ឆ្នាំទៅយើងចង់ថា hey I want to be a owner of the good អញ្ចឹងយើងមាន option អញ្ចឹងយើងអាចយកក៏បានពេលដល់5ឆ្នាំហើយយើងឆាអត់យកអត់ទេអ្នកឯងយកទៅវិញទៅបានអញ្ចឹងគេថា what we call hire purchase agreement អញ្ចឹងវាថាយើងជួលគេយកមកប្រើឬក៏ដូចជាជួលលក្ខណៈដូចទិញយកគេមកប្រើប៉ុន្តែបញ្ចប់នៃកិច្ចសន្យាយើងចង់យកឡានហ្នឹងក៏បានដែរប៉ុន្តែយើងអត់ចង់យកក៏បានយើងឲ្យគេទៅសម្រាប់យើងបង់គេ5ឆ្នាំយើងគួរយកអត់ yeah មែនទេទោះបីបងគេអស់ហើយណារឿងអីមិនយកទោះបីលក់បានក៏កាប់សាច់លក់កាប់ឲ្យចាយខ្លឹងគីឡូលក់ហើយបង500 1000ឡានប្រហែល1តោននេះដែរ1តោនលក់បាន1000អូខេប៉ុន្តែក្នុងនេះប៉ុន្តែគាត់ថាជាពាក្យគេ legal term គេថា hire purchase agreement ដូចថាយើងដូចថាទិញផងជួលផងលាឡំគ្នាយកមកហ្នឹងអញ្ចឹង accounting យើង allow as credit អញ្ចឹងនៅក្នុងនេះនៅពេល under hire purchase it is transfer of right to use only អញ្ចឹងមានន័យថាម៉េច transfer of right to use អញ្ចឹងមានន័យថាយើងត្រូវបង់ VAT ទាំងអស់យើងត្រូវបង់ VAT ទាំងអស់នៅពេលនោះយើងអត់ទៅរងចាំអីគេ5ឆ្នាំទៀតចាំ collect VAT អ្វីដែលគេចង់និយាយ yeah because you see we can use the car can use computer okay but we say hey the term of payment is 5 years okay VAT will pay at the end of the contract មានន័យថាតិចត្រង់ចាំដល់យើងសម្រេចចិត្តថាយើងទិញយកទ្រព្យហ្នឹងបានបង់ VAT អ្វីដែលគេចង់និយាយណាពីព្រោះពី general term គេថា when invoice must be issued or sometime invoice must be issued talking about good deliver or service complete អញ្ចឹងបើ hire purchase ដែលខ្ញុំនិយាយយើងយកមកប្រើយើងបង់រំលោះគេ5ឆ្នាំត្ររហូតដល់5ឆ្នាំយើងមានសិទ្ធិសម្រេចថាយើងខ្លួន can make decision you want to take or not want to take if we want to take oh now the good already deliver because the ownership actually transfer to us at the times អញ្ចឹងវាថាអូ VAT ចាំ5ឆ្នាំចាំយកឥឡូវខ្ញុំប្រើសិនប៉ុន្តែនៅក្នុងលក្ខណៈនេះ tax department say I don't wait for 5 years okay now you get the good okay even though it's just a right to use okay supplier must pay VAT to me okay that អ្វីដែលគេចង់និយាយអត់អាចរងចាំ5ឆ្នាំទៀតទេអូខេម៉ោង9ខ្ញុំបិទរត់កបោបអីខ្លះហើយអូខេអញ្ចឹងជួបថ្ងៃពុធអូខេថ្ងៃពុធម្ដងទៀតក្នុងសប្តាហ៍ហ្នឹងកុំភ្លេចថ្ងៃច័ន្ទសប្តាហ៍ក្រោយយើង quiz ណា quiz withholding tax yeah បាទ only withholding tax